it does feel a lot like, as AFTV have grown from just being a fan channel to this obviously this massive brand, and they've got all these other corporate interests and stuff. There comes a point now where there needs to be some accountability. Because when Claude passed, it was really hard, because it did feel like he was abandoned. It did feel like AFTV built this man up, got on a platform, and then just cut him out to dry. Obviously, Robbie then said that he was in contact with him and his sister and whatever, and the family. And so they had a very private relationship that wasn't shared publicly, even though they had a public relationship in terms of how we knew them. And so I wonder now if going forward, AFTV need to be more visibly accountable in how they handle and do stuff.
Definitely, especially now, from like you said, from where they've grown from obscurity to like, you know, when you're being parodied or by other shows, you know you made it. You know you made it into the big time.
That's true.
They do have to be, I think if you watch some of the videos now, it's almost like they're a lot more like cautious. There's more of a there was an edge about it that was first came out. But if we watch the videos now, it's with the characters that they've lost, like, you know, like DT, Troops, and, you know, a few others. It's almost become a bit more. The phrase family friendly doesn't really make sense, but it's leading towards what I'm kind of talking about. It's a bit like what happened with WWE or beforehand WWF. They went with the Attitude Era, ruthless aggression, and then when they got more corporate, they had to try and be like, let's rough out those edges. Let's smooth those edges. No, because at the end of the day, kids watch these guys. And believe me, for someone who works in a school, kids watch these guys. I'm talking as young as 11, maybe even, you know, younger. So it might be their aspiration to meet some of these guys. So when you see your, you know, that's why nowadays you have a much, like, way more, you know, family orientated people up there, people who have kids. You got the 3 women on there who all have kids. Robbie himself has kids. You know, they kind of, if they want their thing to grow, certain things ain't gonna cut. Like, they can't. Swearing, certain things they say, they got like, you know, can't be too overly, I know, overly politicized, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's a much, it's tamer, but at the same time, it can genuinely appeal to, get out to, like, more people. So I get the change. Even, you know, but watching it, there was kind of it's almost as if some of the raw passion has gone. And it's kind of I'll get back to something else, like, it's almost like a reflection of how football is going, where you're losing the more troublesome but devoted fans for those who are going to give it PG friendly, who, you know, won't know necessarily who played for the club 30 years ago, but they look good in the shirt. So, but that's just, as business grow bigger, that's how it's going to be, isn't it?
That's true. I mean, it is a business, and I think, you know, you want to cater to and reach more people. So there will always be changes in how you do stuff. I think the important thing is getting the balance between, you know, reaching a newer demographic, but also keeping the traditional fans that have always been there, the core fans, part of the experience. But that's the thing with football. It's a very entertaining game. It gives us plenty of highs. We love it. We love it. We love to laugh at some teams. And obviously with football, you have your nicknames, you have your chants. Obviously, Liam was never good enough, but he became DT. Done out here, as I call him now.
Done out, yeah.
And moving from one useless to a team that we just Bottle FC. The battle of the bottles. Leicester versus Tottenham.
My God.
I cannot believe what I witnessed.
How do you out-bottle Tottenham?
How do you out-bottle Tottenham? That's the episode title right there. Roll credits. Mad. How?
It just seems so set in stone. It just seemed 2 goals in what 95th, 97th minute? How's that even?
It's like literally, it's the equivalent of. Yeah, it's like you go to the, you know what it is? You go to KFC.
Yeah.
You order yourself a mighty bucket, fresh chips, everything freshly made. Yes. Boom. You're walking down the street. Just as you get in through the front door, Mum's made a roast.
Really?
Fresh roast.
Now
Cool.
I'll eat both of them.
Yeah, you got to eat both of them, right? So you get the roast in one plate, you got your KFC, you put it on a separate plate, you walk into your room, you only have 2 hands, try and push the door open, you drop your plates.
Oh.
You dropped the roast, but half the KFC is safe, so you got the KFC instead.
You're killing me, man. You are killing me.
That's what it felt like watching.
A roast does not belong on the floor.
It doesn't. But, we've talked about Brendan Rodgers before. I've said that I feel like his propensity to bottle situations takes him away from being a manager in that top conversation. And for me, is what will keep him out of those top jobs. It's why I didn't want him at Arsenal. It's why when he was at Liverpool, his failures were just annoying. And I don't see him getting that next job until he can figure that out. For you as a fan, right? If that was Chelsea and you were 2-1 up with 10 minutes to go, you just shut up shop, right?
Definitely.
You don't expect you guys to concede?
No.
Do you even push for a third goal?
No. Play it safe. Play it simple.
What did you think about the stupidness that we saw on the pitch? Because to me, I just couldn't believe it.
I genuinely thought that the game was... I actually turned off at round just before the first goal, the first equaliser. I actually turned off thinking, well, it's done and dusted. Thanks Leicester. You're keeping them at bay because they're worryingly close behind us, and as far as the table goes, plus they got games in hand. So they could even be level. They might even overtake us. So, yeah, thanks. But literally, it was like, how did it happen so quickly? I had to turn the TV back on. I was just like, I was like, is this even the same game? What is even happening? How do you I just think that's been the mark of Leicester this season, where they did really well last year. They were perilously close to the Champions League. But this year's just shown they definitely weren't ready for it. I mean, they're knocked out the Europa, so they're in the Europa Conference League, which might be better for them. And they're floundering around that kind of mid-tablist section that, let's be really honest, probably shouldn't be there. They've got some results where it's just been not ideal. And this was one of them where you were already leading. So how can you just lose it so quickly? They're not in the threat of relegation, but they're not going to get into the same place where it's fifth last year. I reckon where seventh or eighth is where it's going to be, where they're at. But it's just, again, why I think this is Brendan's level. I think he's the only other place he could go is a club of a similar stature.
Yeah.
But while they're in the, they're in position of the, the FA Cup, they're progressing the FA Cup and in the holders.
And they did a brilliant job winning it last year. I think we can't take that away from him. But there just seems to be this little thing of can he take a team over the line? And so far, I've just not seen it. He did well with Celtic.
He did well with Celtic. He did well with Swansea.
Did well with Swansea too. But that Liverpool job to me is still the one.
Was remembered for.
Because it was so close. You would have been the one to win Liverpool's first Premier League title.
He should have.
You would have, could have, should have. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Said so many people that we may or may not know about the past. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't. Oh well.
SAS. He had the great SAS.
He had everything.
It was SAS, wasn't it? Yeah, it was SAS.
No,
Suarez, Sturridge.
It's triple S.
Suarez, Sturridge, Sterling.
Yeah, triple S. They were on fire.
They were unbelievable.
But, they let Tottenham come back and get a win. I think you got to say this. Your old coach is working wonders with those bunch of absolute losers over at Tottenham. Like, weak mentality FC, no hope FC, shut down the club FC.
Bridesmaid FC.
No ankles, Kane FC. Look at Steven Bergwijn. This week there were rumours that they wanted to get rid of him. He's going to be on his way out. And what does my man do? My man comes and delivers. Nice. Bang, bang. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Even the celebration, you can see the emotion. You lot were booing me up. You lot didn't want me here no more.
This is what you're going to do.
Look what I delivered.
Look what I can do.
Unlike Ndombele, that brother can't run. But at least Bergwijn can, do a job. But
True.